Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the legendary creatures from the new Hobbit set. Leading today's Bracket 3 deck is none other than Thorin, King of Durin's Folk. Thorin, King of Durin's Folk is a 5-mana 4/4 legendary dwarf noble. Whenever he or another dwarf we control enters, we create a treasure token. Additionally, he makes it so that other dwarves we control get +1/+0 for each artifact token we control. Thorin was the grandson of the King Under the Mountain and one of the main characters in The Hobbit. He is joined by 12 other dwarves: Dwalin, Balin, Keely, Feely, Dori, Nori, Ori, Owen, Glowin, Biffer, Boffer, and Bomber, bringing their total number to 13. And as we all know, 13 is not a lucky number. So Gandalf insisted on hiring a burglar, expert treasure hunter. The 14 went on a quest together, much of which is covered in the book, so I won't be covering it here. While Thorin did get to see his dream fulfilled, freeing the Lonely Mountain from Smaug, he did not get to enjoy it long. The treasure drove him mad, but he came to his senses and was able to reconcile with Bilbo before dying from injuries he received during the Battle of Five Armies. Now for our deck, we want lots of artifact tokens and lots of dwarves. I do apologize for this deck's budget, but we had a budget build yesterday. Also, a lot of the cards in this deck are still showing pre-order pricing, which has been out of control recently. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, T-Fury. Every day, T-Fury has new designs that are fairly cheap, but that's because they're print to order. So I've gotten into the habit of checking every day to see if they have new designs for myself or for friends and family. I've ordered scores of shirts over the last decade, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. Click the link down below to see new designs and to add to your geek wardrobe. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Real quick, before we get to our deck list, I do occasionally stream on this channel, and if you see me live, come say hi. I'll be building commander decks either for patrons or for future videos, so make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon so you'll get notified when I'm live. Starting off our land base, we've got Command Tower and Exotic Orchard, 2 lands that can be run in just about any commander deck. For fetch lands, we've got Arid Mesa, Wooded Foothills, Flooded Strand, Bloodstained Mire, and Windswept Heath. Yes, I know these are expensive. WotC hasn't printed them in a few years, and they need to rectify that. For fetchable targets, we're running Sacred Foundry, Elegant Parlor, Turbulent Steppe, Alpine Meadow, Sacred Peaks, Radiant Summit, and Glittering Massif. All of these can be put onto the battlefield via our fetch lands. Next up, we've got Spectator Seating, Sundown Pass, Clifftop Retreat, Sunbelow Verge, Rugged Prairie, Battlefield Forge, Needleverge Pathway, Fury Calm Snarl, and Boros Garrison, all serving as untyped dual-colored lands. We've also got the Lonely Mountain, Dwarven Mine, Mines of Moria, and Scavenger Ground serving as utility lands. Rounding us off, we're running 6 mountains and 4 plains serving as basics. Pretty straightforward. Our mana ramp package consists of Feely and Keely Joyous, Glowin Dwarf Emissary, Tataru Taru, and Herald's Horn as our thematic pieces. We've also got Sword of the Animist, Sword of Hearth and Home, and Sword of Feast and Famine, all serving as land ramp, or land adjacent. Next up, we're running Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Conviction, Boros Signet, and Mind Stone as mana rocks. Finally, we've got the Reaver Cleaver, Diamond Pickaxe, Smothering Tithe, Gold Veil Pick, and Brass's Bounty serving as treasure generators. The problem with treasures in a deck like this, though, is that you want to keep as many as possible, so it becomes a balancing act between using them to cast spells or using them to kill your opponents. For card advantage, we're running Magda Brazen Outlaw, Gyat, King of the Dwarves, Big Score, The One Ring, Enlightened Tutor, Depala, Pilot Exemplar, Dwarven Recruiter, SRAM, Senior Edificer, Chronicle of Victory, and Vanquisher's Banner. Lots of ways to ensure we have a handful of cards. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Ori Plate Stacker, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, a Braid, Plundering Barbarian, Druagar Hedgemage, Vandal Blast, Boros Charm, Generous Gift, and Disenchant. Plenty of ways to remove annoying permanents, and some of them are even dwarves. For board wipes, we've got Taunt from the Rampart, Blasphemous Act, and Austere Command. Sometimes you just have to reset the world. The core of our deck consists of Bifur, Melodic Rider, Thorin Oakenshield, Gimli of the Glittering Caves, An Unexpected Party, Hammers of Moradin, Thorin Mountain King, Torbrand, Thane of Red Fell, Brunor Battlehammer, Gimli, Counter of Kills, Rayev, Master Smith, Aerial Responder, and Iron Hills Blacksmith. Supporting our plan, we've also got Orchrus Goblin Cleaver, Zorn, Roaming Throne, Swiftfoot Boots, Bearded Axe, the Arkenstone, Bloodforged Battle Axe, Shared Animosity, Forge Anew, and Lion Sash. Lots of ways to ensure our creatures are equipped, and most of them also create tokens. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 55 mana sources, split between 37 lands and 18 pieces of ramp, counting our commander. Yes, that is a lot, but as I said earlier, we may not be free to use our treasures, so I wanted other options. 10 pieces of card advantage, 10 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate in Scavenger Grounds and Lion Sash, 1 Sudden I Win card in Shared Animosity. Shared Animosity is disgusting in any Kindred deck, and our deck is no exception. Our dwarves go from being just silly little guys to a massive threat, capable of one-shotting someone. And why shouldn't they? In the First Age, it wasn't the elves who beat back the dragons unleashed by Morgoth during the First Battle of Belgariad. An army of dwarves is a sight to behold, which is exactly what our deck is trying to build. Are you building a Thorin, King of Durin's Folk Commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Osra, Sleech, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Brian, Waka, Talathia, Azander, Michael, and John. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.